How to Get to Know a Person by David Brooks. The art of seeing others deeply and of being seen deeply. Have you ever felt your heartbeat speed up at the idea of truly getting to know someone? Of finding out what lies behind their smile or their thoughtful looks? How to Get to Know a Person by David Brooks invites us to embark on a fascinating journey into the complex and fascinating universe of the human soul. This is not simply a book, it is an invitation to explore, to understand, and above all, to truly connect with each other. Stick around to the end, and you'll discover the critical importance of empathy in turning pain into healing. Small gestures of understanding and support that can make a difference in the lives of those who are going through a difficult time. On this journey we are about to embark on together, we will venture beyond the glittering surface of everyday interactions to explore the depths where the gems of true mutual understanding lie. This exploration does not require textbooks or school desks, but the courage to open up, to listen, to be present. Have you ever sat next to someone wrapped in pain, feeling the weight of discomfort wrap around you like a cloak? It is in those moments of shared vulnerability that bonds are strengthened, transforming into something indestructible. This ability, the gift of truly seeing the other and making oneself seen, is not something innate, but an art that is refined with practice, with error, with patience. You will learn to weave the web of authentic relationships. You will discover how to ask the questions that open secret doors in people's hearts, how to put aside your own beliefs to empathetically embrace those of others, and how to be truly present for those who suffer. It is an invitation to look beyond, to see and be seen in a way never experienced before. This video book is a summary of the original work. You can find the complete book published by the author at the link in the description of this video. Before continuing with the viewing, we ask you to support us by subscribing to the channel and activating the bell. Stay with us until the end of the video and let us know what you think. Thank you. Have you ever thought about how transformative simply being seen can be? George Bernard Shaw, the famous Irish playwright, left us a powerful reflection. Treating someone with indifference, as if they didn't exist, represents the most acute form of inhumanity. It is a concept that challenges us. Indifference can be more devastating than hatred itself. But if this is the worst we can do, what is the best? Recognizing, truly seeing the other can be a gift of inestimable value. Think about it. How many times has your day changed because someone noticed a hidden talent in you or understood exactly what you needed? These moments of human connection not only enrich those who receive them, but also those who offer them. This ability to see beyond appearances is fundamental in every aspect of our lives. From the choice of a partner to that of a collaborator or roommate, the ability to grasp the essence of a person beyond the visible becomes crucial. And in a world that seeks to embrace multiculturalism, this skill becomes even more important. Modern societies are called to overcome deep divisions, racial, ethnic, ideological. But how? Perhaps the solution lies not in tackling all the problems at once, but in starting with ourselves, improving our ability to understand and accept others. Mending the social fabric begins with individual gestures, with the desire to see the other not for what he appears, but for what he really is. Only in this way can we hope to build stronger, more united, more human communities. Now, as you reflect on these words, ask yourself, how can I make a difference today? How can I show someone that they are seen, that they matter? The invitation is here, in front of you. Choose to see and be seen. The transformation that follows may surprise you. Have you ever witnessed a moment when someone, instead of shining in their own light, seemed to be hiding in the shadow of themselves? Maybe during a first date where a person can't tear themselves away from their story, or in a restaurant where diners prefer the company of their phones to human company. These scenes tell stories of diminishers, figures who, perhaps without malice, end up making others feel small, neglected, almost invisible. They act driven by an enormous ego, seeing in others not a person, but a tool, a means to an end, judging and cataloging based on stereotypes and prejudices. But there is another way of being, a light opposite to this shadow, the illuminators. These people bring with them the gift of genuine curiosity towards others. They know how to ask the right questions at the right time, elevating those around them, making them feel seen, respected, significant. The positive effect of the illuminators is tangible, as demonstrated by the history of Bell Labs. Here, some researchers excelled extraordinarily compared to their colleagues, thanks to conversations with Harry Nyquist, an engineer who, with his ability to listen and question, knew how to inspire the best in them. Many of us, unfortunately, tend to behave more like diminishers than enlighteners, focused on our stories, opinions, too busy taking care of the image we project, thus losing the ability to really listen. The good news is that the art of lighting is not innate. It can be learned and cultivated. A first step can be to act as if every person you meet carries within them a unique and immortal soul, worthy of respect and attention. Treat them as if they have something precious to offer. You will see that this attitude will lead you to be naturally more loving, respectful, and admiring. Illuminators see others with deep tenderness, as Rembrandt did in his portraits. Observing the master's works, one cannot help but notice the imperfections of each one, but also their profound humanity, their complexity. Rembrandt teaches us that through a loving gaze, every person can reveal themselves to be extraordinary. And now, I invite you to reflect. In what light do you prefer to live and let others live? The one that darkens or the one that illuminates? Remember, every day offers us the opportunity to choose. And if you feel this message has resonated with you, please share it. Maybe together we can shine a little light in the darkness. Have you ever thought about how precious the ordinary moments of life are? Those small everyday interactions, such as a work meeting, exchanging words with other parents in front of school, or shopping with your spouse, contain within themselves the unique opportunity to get to know each other better. It's not so much a question of looking each other in the eyes, but rather of walking next to each other, sharing the path. The first step, the chatter. Yes, precisely those conversations about the weather or Taylor Swift, often unfairly underestimated. In reality, these light chats are the bricks with which we slowly but surely build a bridge of comfort and mutual respect. It is essential to feel comfortable, because only then can we truly open up. But when it comes to delving deeper, that's where the art of conversation comes into play. Talking to someone, really talking, may seem like a mountain to climb, but it is essential to truly get to know the other person. You can't assume you already know everything. You have to ask, explore, find out how he sees the world through his eyes. True master conversationalists aren't the ones who overwhelm you with hilarious stories or profound reflections. Rather, they are those who know how to create a real exchange, a dialogue in which both explore, learn, grow. One trick is to treat your attention like a switch. Either it's on, and you're completely immersed in listening, or it's off. No one wants to confide in each other only to find out that the other person is distracted. Be completely present, and you'll see the conversation deepen almost on its own. Then there is active listening, a quality that we can admire in Oprah Winfrey, a true master of this art. Oprah doesn't just hear, she reacts, gets excited, participates with all of herself. This type of listening not only invites the other to express himself, but makes him feel truly listened to and understood. Don't be afraid of breaks. Many start thinking about what to say while the other person is still talking, thus losing the chance to really listen. Good conversationalists wait, reflect, and only then respond. This allows for a richer, more authentic conversation. Remember, people want to talk about themselves, to be truly listened to, and you can be that person who changes the game, who truly listens. Start with these small steps, and you will see how, little by little, your relationships will transform, becoming deeper, more meaningful. In a world where the gap between people seems to widen day by day, finding common ground to truly get to know someone can seem like a daunting task. We live in an era marked by deep political divisions and a growing sense of social isolation, especially in the United States. This disconnect is not just perceived. It has real and devastating consequences, with rising suicide rates and a growing proportion of people feeling alone and without close friends. In this scenario, many seek refuge in politics, where outrage seems to offer a sense of belonging. However, this connection is based more on shared agitation than true mutual understanding. The challenge, therefore, becomes to start meaningful conversations, even difficult ones, to build bridges rather than walls. Before you dive into one of these conversations, consider the context. The ease with which you express yourself in an environment may not be universal. If you find yourself in a position of advantage, such as that of an educated professional, show genuine curiosity and respect for the experiences of those from a different background, such as a truck driver from West Virginia. Welcome their stories with an open attitude, allowing them to be themselves without judgment. When someone shares experiences of exclusion or pain, resist the urge to become defensive or shift the focus to yourself. Listen. Even though you may perceive their emotions as exaggerated or theatrical, it is crucial to try to understand the world through their eyes, staying true to their perspective. What if the conversation takes a bad turn? Take a step back. Try to understand together the origin of the tension, clarify the intentions, and reiterate the purpose of the dialogue. Remember, you may never be able to fully understand another person's life experience. To feel firsthand what it means to be of another race, gender, generation, or have different abilities. However, by engaging in honest and sometimes challenging conversations, you can begin to gain insight into their perspective, turning distrust into trust. Share your experience in trying to bridge the gap between you and others in the comments. How did you navigate difficult conversations? What strategies have you found helpful? Remember to subscribe for more content that explores how we can connect in an increasingly divided world. Together, we can make a difference, one conversation at a time. Before we dive into the last part of this video book, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. If this video has inspired you or given you food for thought, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss any future updates. Thank you. David Brooks' journey through the loss of his dear friend Pete is a poignant testimony to how suffering and depression can touch anyone, regardless of apparent happiness or outward success. Pete, with his life full of joy, love, and success, seemed like the ultimate candidate for depression. Yet, in a tragic April of 2022, he chose to end his life. This experience taught Brooks valuable lessons, especially about the importance of staying close to those who are suffering. Not trying to boost their spirits with quick fixes, but rather accepting the reality of their pain and demonstrating unconditional love and constant support. Sometimes small gestures, like sending a message or a card, can make a big difference, communicating our presence and our refusal to give up on them. Empathy, at the heart of this approach, is more than just an emotion. It is a skill that we can develop and perfect. Being empathetic means immersing yourself in the emotional complexity of another person, trying to understand their emotions and the reasons behind them. It is the attempt to see the world through their eyes, recognizing that each experience is filtered through a unique set of personal and cultural circumstances. Mentalization, or the ability to intuit and understand the emotions of others, is a key component of empathy. It allows us to recognize and respect the emotional richness of those around us, helping us connect with them in a more meaningful way. Likewise, the capacity to care goes beyond simply projecting our desires onto another. It requires us to put ourselves in their shoes and understand what could really help them in their time of need. Practicing empathy also means agreeing to do things that might seem uncomfortable or unusual to us, such as holding the hand of someone experiencing anxiety, because we recognize that that is the gesture of support they need. It is a commitment to putting aside our ego and our prejudices to be truly present for the other. In an often cold and indifferent world, empathy is a beacon of hope and care. By cultivating it, we can not only alleviate the suffering of others, but also enrich our lives by learning to connect with others in deeper and more meaningful ways. Sharing this path of understanding and care can transform pain into healing, bringing light into the darkness of despair. To truly connect with another person, it is essential to overcome the barriers of our assumptions and perspectives to immerse ourselves in the other's personal universe. Each individual hides within himself a universe of complexity, the richness of which is shaped by a mosaic of elements: family background, lived experiences, the cultural fabric to which he belongs, and many other factors. When we interact with others, it's crucial to take an approach driven by curiosity and inquiry, asking questions that entice us to share personal stories and perspectives. This way of proceeding not only enriches our understanding of others, but also opens doors to worlds that would otherwise remain closed. The art of listening and asking, therefore, becomes a precious key to access the true essence of the people we meet along our journey. Well, we have finished with this video. See you next time from Audiobooks to listen to.